Welcome back to the ROG Masters, where everything matters, especially when you have a LAN final position on the line. $150,000 prize pool up for grabs. As if you can get to the LAN, if you can place up in the top places. Lot of teams.
Lots of ifs.
Lot of yeah, there's a lot of ifs. It's the land of opportunity. Malaysia. Not America.
No, definitely not America. Not Malaysia either.
Everyone's allowed there. Maybe not Malaysia. I love Malaysia. Malaysia is so good.
Is it really the land of opportunity, though?
I don't know about that, but I know I love going to Malaysia every time I go.
I agree.
Malaysia is beautiful. Singapore is amazing.
It's like home to me.
I fell in love.
It's where I grew up. Kinda.
Somewhere down there.
It was in that general region.
My eSports grew. I grew up in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
Singapore and Malaysia. That's where, because I did all the SMMs in Malaysia. Came over and did all the WCGs over in Singapore. That was my first real international LAN events. DreamHack came later. That wasn't even
much later.
It's not even on my radar anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not OD.
Are you not?
No. And you realise
I was worried you just aged
British.
a bit.
I'm not British. I'm also nowhere near as tall as him, or as thin as him.
Or as young as him.
Or as young as him.
You're old now, Toby.
Or as vibrant, like.
Or as good at casting.
Or as good at casting. I'm terrible. Absolutely terrible. I should just I should retire. I'm going to join Fear in retirement.
We've got one more game for you guys today. A best of one, the final slot for the East Asian region here. The team that's already gone through, Mole, M-O-L, have already got themselves a spot defeating MVP Hot 6.
Also known as TT.
TT.
They played under TT.
Yeah.
In our game. Here's our bracket, which we prepared for you earlier.
Now we have Zenith versus the Mongols.
Don't worry, there's no oil involved in this one. It's like a George Foreman.
No oil.
Prepare it earlier. It's a frickin' meal. Last game of the day, Durka. Keep up.
But I don't get the no oil bit.
Do you know a George Foreman grill?
Yeah, sure.
It's just like, here's something we grilled on my George Foreman.
Okay.
And then something we prepared earlier. This is what it looks like. It's amazing.
Okay.
Keep up. I said a hey.
Did you ever Did you ever have Blue Peter in Australia?
Blue Peter?
Yeah.
I probably did. I know the name, but I never watched it.
It was like a kids variety show. They had arts and crafts and outsidey stuff and other things.
No, I never had Blue Peter. Oh. That sounds more like we had Sesame Street.
No.
We had Sesame Street, and we had what was the one with the big clock? Play School.
Play School. Okay.
It was an ABC production called Play School.
For us,
almost as good as Mr. Squiggle.
I have no idea what that is.
Mr. Squiggle, the man from the moon. His nose was a pencil, and he would draw things on a piece of paper.
With his nose.
But you'd have random lines, so just be completely random lines on a piece of paper, and he had to make something from these random lines. And you'd be sitting there going, I don't know what he's going to make. And then he finishes it, and the hostess is just like, what the hell have you done? I don't even know what this is. And he's just like, you're an idiot. It's turned the wrong way around. And then she turns it on the side. It's like, no, go further. Turns it again. No, go further. Turns it again. And all of a sudden, it's just like some amazing thing. And you're just like, how did I miss that in the first place?
Sounds wonderful.
That was my childhood.
Dear Lord.
It was so good.
Radiant team ban.
I'm old, people. Shush.
He's pretty old, actually.
I was around when Lamb Chops Play Along was still a thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know of Lamb Chops, but I never watched it.
That was where they created the song that doesn't end.
10 seconds.
My mum got so angry when I learnt that. Because it never ended.
5 seconds remaining.
How does it go?
This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
Reserve time.
Some people started singing it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that doesn't end. Literally loop. Forever.
That sounds awful.
It never ends. Those from Lamb Chops Play Along.
Okay, you're giving me an aneurysm, actually. I
along.
can feel it brewing in my head.
Well...
Production just talked to us in our ear. You know, you guys are idiots. You should talk about the picks that happened. They didn't say that. They didn't say it that way. But
yeah, there was no idiots. They just literally just said the picks. It's like, would you like to talk about a game of Dota? Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Admiral Konka.
I would like to continue to talk about kids' TV shows from the 1990s.
Are you a 90s kid, Toby?
I remember Postman Pat before it got animated.
Oh yeah, so do I.
Yeah, of course you do.
Thomas the
You're
Tank.
from England.
Thomas the Tank Engine as well.
Paddington Bear.
Oh my God, Paddington.
I remember
Bear.
Paddington Bear.
10 seconds
Super
remaining.
Ted.
Super Ted was amazing.
Banana Man.
5 seconds remaining.
You don't know who Banana Man is?
I remember Banana Man, but I never really liked
Reserve
Banana Man. I
time.
always found Banana Man was just so stupid.
Okay.
However, Danger Mouse.
Oh yes.
Now, Danger Mouse. Now that was a cartoon with style.
Biker Mice from Mars.
That was absolutely terrible.
Biker Mice
But
from Mars is amazing.
it was so
dude.
good, but it was so terrible. That was like on the same level of Beast Wars, where Beast Wars is just like, it was this Transformers takeoff. Thundercats, you know, I'm not one of those. You know, I watch Robot Chicken where they dish living crap out of Thundercats for a very good reason. The Thundercats
10
were silly.
seconds remaining.
It was silly.
And their leader was useless. Everyone else did the work and he did nothing. He's just like, Thundercats! Oh,
like
okay, so
Teenage
we'll all do your work for you now and we'll win everything.
Right, Dota 2's happening, guys.
Yeah, the game is almost done. We actually have our first Tinker of the day. We have a Morphling Safe Flame. We're going to probably at SK.
It has to be off lane. It has to be off lane.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be. We had a support SK by the Mongols in the last game.
Toby.
I'm just a little concerned up against the Conqueror and Oracle. This SK is dead if he tries to go to the off lane.
You can't have SK or Spirit dual support. That's not a thing.
Radiant team banned.
This is a day of things.
It has been a day of
Anything
things.
can happen.
There have been some weird things today. It has been a day of things.
They banned the SD. They believe it's a core as well. They're along with you, saying that's a 3 position.
Silencer.
And Silencer.
Cool. I like that.
Dire team
Yeah.
Engage.
Interesting. AMOD Kunkka Void Oracle.
You know, if they can survive the laning phase,
Who?
I'm talking about Mongols.
Mhm.
If they can survive the laning phase and get to like 25 minutes with decent items, I feel like they've got this game. Like their team fight, their catch is really good. Their anti-mage and OD will become unstoppable. They got good ways to deal with the Morphling in the later portion of the game. They got ways to catch out the Tinker. Sand King could really drop off. Their instant burst damage as well. Like it comes nicely from the Tinker and the Morphling. I think the Oracle can deal with it, but it depends if they get the start and when Global Silence timing hits.
Yeah.
But by that point, you expect BKBs on at least 2 of the cores, or even Mandastar being there on the anti-mage.
The big fear here is for the Mongols is Tinker catching Oracle and killing him before he can get any of his spells out,
Yes.
or Global Silence landing, just before you want to Sanity's Eclipse, or as Void is chronoing, before the spells actually land.
Tinker catching Oracle, I kind of feel like it's a little bit more dependent on good vision, like
Yeah.
really good wards. Without the wards, he's never going to know exactly where to be. We saw that earlier today with the previous Oracle games, where the Oracle just sat behind and was like, "Come at me, bro," but you're going to have to go through my entire team to get to me. Boss level, just to get to a support.
And Sand King usually bullies, safe lane dual lanes. The fact they've got Kunkka, Oracle, and now an anti-mage to actually
You can't
force
bully
him
it.
out of lane. I don't believe you can bully that lane.
No.
It's very, very difficult to actually get up in the face of the
That's why it's
creep
very
wave.
that's what I was saying before. Like I don't know if this SK can work as a core. I think
No.
it can work as a support. But
You can't have a Spirit Sand King support.
no, you can't. And not with this lineup. Like you could try and run like a silencer off lane. Like that would be a possibility. But this is most definitely a support silencer. So you got no choice on that either. I kind of feel like Zenith have put themselves into a corner where there's a lot of holes in their plan
For laning phase.
for laning phase.
Yeah.
But if they can get past that, they're gonna have a really good arsenal to work with.
They're a team that has to win mid game in order to do okay in early late game and then win late game.
Yes. No, actually, no, they can't win late game though. I still kind of feel like their team fight is so weak compared to Mongols.
It depends on what build and how well the Tinker does. I mean, Silencer can scale decently.
It's still pushing into the base.
You have like no BKB, natural BKB buyers on the Mongols apart from
30 seconds
kinda
to
OD.
battle.
I think OD can do it. The anti-mage can build into it.
They
as
don't want to,
like
though.
he's gonna have so much money anyway. I don't think he's really gonna care what he builds into. For me, actually, the bigger thing is chrono and ship timing, because you can global silence, but if chrono's already gone off and the ship's already been cast, ship takes a very long time to come out. So the chance of silencer hitting that global timing where he doesn't stop those two abilities, like that's almost a little bit of like pre-luck in a way. Like if you see Mongolz even slightly initiating, you have to trigger global silence, but the cooldown's so long that you'll still be a little bit tentative to do so.
Already we see an interesting starting build from the Void. Stout Shield Tango Salve. No Iron Talon and no Fairy Fires. Usually when we see like Faceless Voids go for a build like this to bully supports or actually play aggressively in the lane rather than backing back to jungle, is you go for double Fairy Fires. So you've got an extra bit of damage to chip away at people, but you've also got that burst heal, so you can stand your ground and continue battling. We'll see what Masquerade actually does if he goes for like a PMS or does actually go back into that Iron Talon.
At least stops a lot of the harassment. Retribution being very patient at mid lane. Thanks to the Observer Ward he's got on the Radiant side of the river, he saw the Earth Spirit was waiting for a gank. And now you've just got an Oracle who's... I think he should know an Observer Ward was just planted, considering it probably tickled his toes to do so. Alright, so Earth Spirit rotates up to the top lane. Yeah, the pings are coming out for the warding. The supports will keep him back, and this means Anti-Mage gets uncontested farm. This means a very early, or should mean a very early Battle Fury arriving from Mongolz.
And they've pushed Sanking back so far that he's not even close to level 2. He's got a couple of creeps worth of experience. Well, Sanking is going to have an awfully rough time up on this top lane.
He can't even sit inside a sandstorm. That's always one of those things that I used to check.
Yeah.
Like if you remember, like SK offlanes about 3 years ago, they would just sit there with a prioritized sandstorm. And if you didn't have like an area of effect stun, you'd never get him out of it. He'd just sit there forever. Or you bring sentries, which you didn't want to have to commit at that point. But one torrent, and he's out.
And even mid lane's going decently for this OD. Already spamming out these Astrals. Retribution. He does drop a little bit low. But he's dealing with this laser, and I think this is something that's quite interesting to note, is that the majority of the time Tinker, bullies the mid lane, lasers people, he wins in CS just through that, and spams out rockets to try and get these kills.
But this new OD build works against that.
Yep, exactly. You control lane equilibrium. There's no march to shove things back, so you've got the wave where you want it now, because he's shoved the wave hard into enemy tower, so it pulls back onto his side of the ramp. So now he's got full control of this lane.
What a really good time as well for him to drag that aggro back. With the Earth Spirit having an invis drone, he really wanted to try and capitalize on the situation on Retribution. And he didn't find it. And now this top lane is starting to just, like, the double stack pull. They need to keep him out of here because they want the dire creep wave, like, the experience to all be gone. So the SK, here comes the Fortune's End. They don't go for anything more though. Kunkka holds onto his torrent. That's the Earth Spirit who tries to leech a little bit of experience, but it's too far away from them. I would really like to see the Anti-Mage getting a little bit more aggressive here. Like, he's still holding on to a second point at the moment, but if he gets like a second point up in the mana burn and blinks forward to get aggressive, like, you're still going to have the Kunkka to protect you. That's two melee heroes, so Torrent will work a charm.
Stop you.
They just have to push this SK off the lane. He's got no more consumables left. Like, he's got a mango, that's all.
Still avoid one last hit though. Masquerade has been bullied completely down on this bottom lane. Silence just spams out these glaives, and they've got waveform level 2. If they could only find the jump onto him.
Do you care that much though if you Masquerade? Like, you've
got levels, you're fine.
Yeah. Like, that's it for a Faceless Void. Like, get level 6 and you do your job for your team.
Like, you might be a little bit annoyed, you don't have boots or anything like that, but he's got PMS, he'll be looking for that level 6, and they're going up on top again.
Yeah, Fortune's End, but once again, it's too far away. Like, and the timing is very off. Very, very off. Like, if you're going to commit to that properly, you X-mark first. You drag him back, you hit him with the torrent, then you follow up with your Fortunes, and all that time, the Anti-Mage has blinked forward and is attacking. Burning off mana. But it's just not happening.
They did force the Burrow Strike at the very least. But Fame,
yeah.
What are you up to, Iron Talon in the jungle?
Silence just denied himself to neutrals without buying out. So I don't know if intentional or if actually denial.
I mean, the place in which he did it is that camp very close to the lane, so I assume
denial. Like Masquerade must have had him on the ropes or something.
I would assume so too. But it's weird that a level 3 Void would be able to do that to a silencer.
Yeah. Shouldn't be the case.
Oh well.
That is what happened.
We'll try and finally kill him off as they move in the Earth Spirit, who has had a very tame early laning stage. Level 2 still. 1 in Smash, 1 in Roll. With a Scandal, know where the Faceless Void is, over towards this side shop.
Void also not having a TP scroll, so he'll have to walk over to the right to pick up a TP to then jump away. They just die and scan him. I mean, ready and scan him. So they silence. He'll time walk up. The kick will still follow up with a rolling boulder. This should be the first blood. Masquerade's got no way to escape from this. Nicely played by Zenith. They're going to pick off on the offlaner, but it's also a pick off on an offlaner. That's not so terrific, but it's also Morphling who finds it.
What have we here?
It was bound to happen.
Yeah. It's just an upside for the safe laner more than anything else. But I still wonder just how good Morphling's going to be. Like, Morphling kind of likes replicating an anti-mage, just because he can take every bit of strength that anti-mage has and use it against Mongolz. But also, if anti-mage picks up that Battle Fury as well as Mana Style, like, there's not going to be a lot of mana left on anybody he initiates on.
I was meant to have
Trying to go on SK again.
Yeah, well, Fortune's End's kicking in. They do have Mana Void available. He's got no mana on the SK, so Torrent up, and that's a guaranteed kill. Conquer actually kills Secures.
I mean, that was very close. The Mango came through from the Sand King, and he nearly had Burrow Strike to stun up the AM, who was under tower and taking a lot of damage there. That easily could have been Sand King killing AM and then dropping to the Conquer straight afterwards, but very tight. Mongols do find the kill. And, of course, the offlaners have died once apiece now, as Masquerade has picked up another slipper of agility.
Another one?
I'm assuming Ring of Aquila.
Top lane. That X marks not even required. The torrent hits on both, and Animate just blinks himself away to safety.
Yeah, I'm guessing Ring of Aquila for the Faceless Void. Nothing else it really could be. Unless it's going for double Poor Man's Shield. Go for the triple Wraithband Faceless Void.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The classic.
But why would you go like Ring of Aquila when you kind of want to build into a Vlad's at one point?
Or when you need brown boots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I'm not sure, Toby.
It's odd.
I mean,
it could be a misclick. It could just be a misclick.
Definitely could. Maybe he wanted to spell his spend words English. Very good.
That's where you're from.
spend his unreliable gold and make sure he bought something up. Ring of Aquila was always one of those safe lane void items that Chinese teams kind of pioneered, where you want mana regen. Wraithband is, good agi, good early game stats and all that. It's a decent old item, but if you're this far behind, it's an interesting choice.
I still kind of feel like this is a bit of a, I won't say a dream start for an OD, but a very comfortable start for him.
Definitely.
No real pressure into the mid lane. You're getting all of the solo experience because your supports don't need to be here. And you're already up at level 8. So you bypass that period of time when you don't really do a lot of damage, and you can have things forced on you. Which is very different to what we had last time, where the Earth Spirit was actually causing the OD to respond.
Yeah. You know what OD is very good at? It's killing Morphling.
Yes.
He is very, very good at killing Morphling.
Well, he rips the replicate apart too.
I mean, most of the time you think of Morphling counters as like silences, hard lockdown, massive nuke damage to kill him before he morphs up to the strength. But the ability to burn through vast amounts of his mana and intelligence to remove the opportunity to actually replicate away or morph yourself up into that strength, the OD does that brilliantly, honestly.
And then you've still got the nukes available, because you're still running an Oracle.
Yeah, true.
Oracle now actually makes its way down to the bottom lane.
He wants his 6.
Yeah. And they need to get him his 6 too, and he's probably one of the very few heroes that could stand on this bottom lane.
They're scared there's someone behind him. Void has been off the map for quite some time now, and they'll know that he's not level 6 if they just bring up the scoreboard and just check his hero level from time to time. They're just going to keep tabs on that and make sure they know when the Void will have his ultimate available as Masquerade is jungling. But once they've got the False Promise and the Chrono, they can start moving around with this OD. He's got his drums very soon. And once they start four-manning, this really does open up the game for the Anti-Mage. He'll get his Battle Fury in a couple of minutes' time. He'll just be soloing through the jungle on this top lane, keeping the lane pressured up. And Zenith will be drawn into fights sort of mid and towards the bottom side of the map in that Radiant jungle where the Mongols will likely get some deep wards down.
Okay, that scan doesn't make any sense. Radiant just scanned the T1 tower on bottom lane.
I saw that.
With an observer ward already in range looking.
It's like they saw the Oracle move to the tier 1 and then they scanned.
Let's make certain he is there.
Let's make damn sure that the Oracle is still by that tier 1 tower,
like,
guys.
if they scanned a little bit up and to the left, like in this area, it would make more sense because you're wondering, does he have help? Like, is there someone else behind him? Not to be the case. Morphling gonna replicate forward. Okay. No level 6. Didn't try and protect himself either with like the extra burst heals and such, so accepted fate.
You can't go that far forward.
Yeah.
The scan worked out in the end, Toby.
No, it didn't.
The scan forced the Oracle to move into their hands.
That did not happen.
That's exactly what we just saw. We literally just saw it happen, Toby.
Okay, your whole concept of cause and effect is very different. Like,
false causality is something I do not understand.
Cause scan, effect is Oracle moves forward.
Correct.
Oracle has no idea the scan happened, so the cause cannot actually have any influence on the effect.
That's not true.
And now, Proxy, does the tree stay alive?
Just because you don't...
All silence on top. It's the epicenter going over towards the Anti-Mage, and Torrent, it needed to come. But unfortunately, in global silenced up, they find the kill on the Anti-Mage, and Zenith are able to shut down a thorn in their side.
That is a
something
huge
that
kill.
will be a thorn in their side.
That is a huge kill. Because like I was saying, the timing is coming very shortly. And Anti-Mage, this 20-second period of him not pushing on top lane and not forcing heroes to be here to deal with him. This is time where the Dire would love to be jumping forward and chronoing people.
Proxy?
They're going to try again.
He's baiting. They want to try and chrono and then nuke the living crap out of Undersense. Oh no! What is this? Just time and space. Irrelevant. He's gonna try and get out of this one. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh no.
Analysis of the last 15 seconds. Void fucked up.
At least the OD can get a solo kill over on the Tinker. That's an upside for that one, but that Chrono.
Tower is under attack.
I think Faceless Void is now joined up with Greenpeace. And he's just trying to protect the trees and save them from the effects of the outside world. Because he definitely didn't lock down a hero.
Tinker lands himself some boots.
They're waiting to fight again on mid lane, so if this BT Tinker comes back to the mid lane to defend, the Kunker's going to pounce. The creep wave underneath the tower, the Tinker, yeah, he has to feel confident coming in here. But now all you got to do is X, Torrent, Ship, and Eclipse. And you got yourself another kill.
I don't think you need to Eclipse even. It's such a long cooldown ability as
they
well.
might just have enough damage.
Tinker Radiant side can of course farm these two camps, just spam out March. There's no stacks for him though. 13-minute boots of travel soaring, it's kind of standard time honestly.
What a slippery little Kunker. He'll walk up, okay, X, Torrent, global silence is off cooldown in half a second. If he burns it now, wait, does he die to
My edge.
Yeah, he does die. But he got the Observer one down before death. Just small little things like this where the timing isn't right. Like when you imprison somebody who's about to get torrented.
Top lane. Proxy. In the side shop. He gets found and killed.
This is now his third death in probably the space of what, 2-3 minutes?
And Sanking's 550 away from his Blink Dagger. 40 minutes in a lane where he was being devastated by this Oracle, Kunker and Anti-Mage, and now he's nearly got his big item. Well,
they see the Kunker.
Hello.
Roll.
Have a goodbye. See you later, buddy. Absolutely bodied.
Get clipped, bro!
Get
clipped!
Kunker just strolling down the promenade like, yeah, what up?
Missed him by that much. Another great 90s show. Maxwell's smart.
I do not know this. Importance of landing your spells, though. Cast spells, land spells. That's how you win Dota 2, everyone. Some people struggle with that concept.
You don't remember Maxwell Smart?
No, I have no idea who that is.
The 99?
For me, a 99 is an ice cream.
99 was the female agent with Maxwell Smart.
No, I have no idea.
The Cone of Silence?
And Cone of Silence sounds familiar, but that's probably a reference I've seen in a movie somewhere.
Yeah, to a Maxwell Smart moment.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The old conqueror at the torrent trick. Obvious. Okay, I'm going to make you watch Maxwell Smart now. Courier kill or silencer kill? That's probably an easier one to get. As Global Silence, he could try it. One more orb, that'll be enough damage. Morphling, waveforms down, heavy damage to Masquerade, but they lock Morphling in position. Eclipse is still available, he drops it down. The ticket's going to kill the Faceless Void in the meantime. As well, Kanka's going to go down, and they don't realize...
Team?
It's... The synergy isn't quite right again. It's things look right until Retribution sits there. Has to be false promised up. The Fortune then holds Thanking in position. No! The Oracle is will kill him! He's self-imprisoned!
I just... Like, everyone is...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like, we know, I know the level of skill that the Mongols are capable of. And it just seems like they've had a couple of their fingers chopped off or something. They are pulling off some questionable moves.
They're playing on touchscreens.
Playing on touchscreens, mate, yeah. iPhone 7 is not made for Dota 2.
Isn't that? I thought they could do everything. I saw the line in Denmark with the confetti cannon.
Oh, the two people.
The two people line.
I mean, both of them work there, I'm sure.
I just love the fact it's like, well, these two guys turned out, we better give them the confetti.
Oh, yeah. I'm never buying an Apple product.
Clear as clean water.
Apple, now the new sponsor of the ROG Masters.
I'm always going to buy an Apple product.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. What beverage are you drinking? I don't know. It depends who wants to pay to run more Dota tournaments. It could be a Pepsi. It could be a 7-Up.
Could be Clorox.
What the hell is that?
It's bleach, Toby.
Okay, we're not drinking bleach.
Oh. It's my dream.
ROG Masters now working in sponsorship with Vegemite.
Marmite. Not Vegemite, Toby. It's Marmite.
It's not Marmite. In Australia, it's Vegemite. We got Vegemite.
Vegemite's disgusting, though.
So is Marmite.
Radiant's
No, Marmite's awesome. Bovril is the best, though.
Weird English. Alright, the 3-man gank in from behind the tier 1 tower. Good burrow strike. A very early Fortune's End, but the ship, the torrent, it hits nicely, but where's the follow-up? It just doesn't exist until the OD arrives. The imprisonment's out, and Undersend's a little bit too deep. He actually gets the spill damage out from that, and now your burrow strike forward with the epicenter, but the chrono, it locks him in there. Fame will drop another double kill for Retribution, even though Undersense is turning the anti-mage to kill up the rest of his teammates. That OD will get rid of that illusion nice and quick. Where's the extra life? Can't imprison, still silenced up. 4-star, he's got enough life. The attack from the Morphling.
Oh, the rockets
in prison! Banish yourself from the world and survive. Tinker just got himself 800 gold from that one kill.
It's just so well played here by the Radiant. Every time they're finding these openings, they're not even using Global Silence, they're just baiting it in, forcing the Oracle to use False Promise on himself, forcing the Anti-Mage to die to himself because of the replicate from the Morphling burning through all of his mana. And Void. We have an issue with the Faceless Void in the fact that he has landed one Chrono on trees, he's landed one Chrono on a Morphling where they got the kill and things went happy and fine there for that fight, but chronoing a Sand King, yeah, he's screwed. Chronoing a Sand King when he's used all of his spells, just a Sand King is just not acceptable. Like, you have to be chronoing the Tinker or the Morphling.
On some of the bright side, if I'm gonna play like devil's advocate to your comments right now, the chrono did make it so Zenith couldn't move up through the tree line. So in a way, it ensured the SK would die and the OD would steal more intelligence from his attacks, because he had the easiest time in the world to kill that SK off.
They really have to choose where they're fighting, though. You can't have a fight split where the Anti-Mage and Kunkka's fighting, you know, Morphling and the Earth Spirit, while Tinker's just spamming out rockets, no one's controlling him up. I think next move here from Mongolz is probably going to be smoke up as 4, have the anti-mage try and split push a lane or farm jungle somewhere. Maybe look for a battle on their own terms. Even
it's not being given though. Like Zenith already understands this, and that's why they're 4 men together on the bottom lane. If they pressure the T1 tower in bottom lane, the Mongols have to have a team fight.
Yeah. Global's down, you have to fight when Global's down.
Yeah.
Even if Epicenter level 2 plus Blink is available, even if Morphling has Helm and Lincoln Sphere and a Centaur running
it's too early. It's too early. If he's looking to stack this up again, he's way too early, unless he's worried he's going to lose his stack because of the push coming through bottom lane. But you've also got a Dire Observer Ward and Sentry up for that, and yeah. We'll just throw away about 400, 500 gold for not waiting 3 seconds.
In the meantime, Tinker's just split pushing away. But here's the smoke. Yeah. This is what they need to do.
And this is a better fight for them. Like, they've got observers and sentries down. They have vision. They see the Earth Spirit. Now, Earth Spirit put down the sentry ward, so he understands they have vision there. But the wraparound, quick kill, X marks, Torrent, he looks for the kick, actually connects on the Kunk, but the Torrent connects, and now OD, no, he's caught in the edge of it. It may still be enough. The Earth Spirit will drop. The ship flies in, and Undersense, waveform forward. Do they have enough damage? With that Hurricane Pike, it pushed him away. That actually helped Underseen escape for the moment. And then OD back in towards the silencer, drops the ulti.
There we go.
No
there we
and
go.
Retribution finds his 8th kill of the game. He's always the one finding double kills in these engagements, but they do it without the anti-mage.
Outside of OD being caught in that chrono, that was a great chrono. Oracle saves up Retribution at exactly the right time, and we see the strength of OD against Morphling in that matchup as well. Burns through all of his mana, can't morph his strength, can't replicate, can't waveform, can't do jack shit. And Anti-Mage wasn't even involved in that fight. They didn't need him. It was the perfect move, the perfect time, but there's always the question of can they continue and actually move on forward from that? Because this is when Global Silence is down. Yeah. This is when they've been caught off guard from a smoke gank. You have now placed...
Well, Global Silence was never used. That's the reason why OD could fight.
Yeah.
So it's... like.
I mean, it was down from the kill on the Void. Silencer used it on that, so it's still on cooldown for a little bit longer.
It's just that thing where you look at it and go, okay, so heavy amounts of damage. The OD now with the finish rod of Atos has 2k.
But that's you running at them, and that's you landing a good chrono. If Zenith still run at you and keep the map pushed across onto your side and take down the tier 1 mid and look towards the tier 2s.
I love how we still class a good chrono as one that catches their primary source of damage to the OT. it was better. It was a better chrono. But they need to catch up the Tinker. Like, blind torrents, I don't know, put up some Tinker wards, something along these lines. You need to be able to see their movements.
What build is the Tinker going for anyway? Etherland's Ags?
It looks to be the case. Spray rockers from range. A 4-man smoke gank. It's also another big advantage of Morphling. He can keep farming and pushing out the middle lane, but still be involved in the smoke gank because of his replicant.
Who will they find?
Absolutely nobody. Everyone's gone. The Conqueror is actually... he's smoked up himself and creeps... He didn't creep skip it.
This is deep warding.
The Animate is still farming up. Mongols are waiting on the bottom lane for a fight, so Retribution's going to show himself down here. The TP in from the Kunkka. Now, they had to have known that. The TP came underneath an Observer Ward, and no one appeared after the TP was completed. So they have to know that the smoke was used. So it's a tier 1 for a tier 1. TP cancelled, that was the Tinker.
I was going to say that's a ballsy Tinker TPing onto that tier 1 bottom lane. That's not where you want to be going, but he's just baiting out, trying to test the water there and see what kind of reaction he can gain. Because if you like TP cancel once or twice, maybe you see a jump from Void, maybe you see an Astral or a Kunkka Torrent. You're just wasting spells, wasting time from the Mongols.
They're really trying to force a fight on bottom lane, the Mongols. Like Animage is being very defensive with his farming patterns. Now, again, Tinker's going to come into the bottom lane. He blinks himself into the tree line now. It's a little bit more exposed because there's not that many trees down there at the moment. But it's enough that's probably going to dissuade Mongols. They're not really getting a hero they want to kill. Like, all they're doing is finding Tinker. And whenever Retribution shows himself close enough to a point where Tinker can die, he just goes somewhere else. TP's bottom lane, they're not there. I mean, he sees they're there, goes top lane.
I still have 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, so I think forcing something here is definitely the way to go. Just try and...
Radiant's bottom tower.
But
Try
this
and
is
burn
OD pushing a tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
Like, it's an OD trying to kill a tower.
That's fine. You're still gaining advantage with the anti-mage farming jungle and actually moving himself around. And he'll come in and do some damage to it as well.
Just think it was taking too long. So with the AM arriving, this helps out. Now they actually have a chance to control the Radiant jungle. So the rest of the heroes of Mongolz can find some farm.
And they've got Rod of Atos, Hurricane Pike, and 3.2k gold on the OD. He is incredibly farmed at this point.
Dire's top tower is
I actually got a feeling it's Zenith who are the ones falling behind. Like, they're not finding anything else really that's like game breaking on their call. Like SK gets Blink Dagger and 4-star. Terrific, you got movement.
I think it comes down to the Morphling's build.
Oh, Tinker. The Manta. The Burrow Strike is perfect. Global Silence will be triggered as well. And Anti-Mage sends the 2 illusions towards the Tinker, who blinks himself up to the tree line. The Sand King, the Torrent was on their way. He breaks free of it. 4 stumps up over into the tree line. They know he went up. The question is just how far away, and they won't find him. Sand King, a quick TP out after an early dodge. With the Dire Observer Ward up from Retribution, he understands where the Earth Spirit is. He also understands he can't kill the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I think this feeling of Zenith being behind, or definitely being behind their potential, is definitely down to the Morphling's item build. He's not gone for the E-Blade kind of regular shotgun build where at this point he should be outputting serious amounts of damage and killing off heroes like the Oracle and the Kunkka, looking for that burst.
He's got no presence.
He doesn't. Helm of the Dominator was an item that we saw on Morphling a lot from Miracle, like, was it pre-Epicenter? Quite early this year, definitely anyway. Where you'd basically be safe laning, you'd buy the Helm of the Dominator before Linken's, and you'd jungle. And you'd go for this kind of right-click build, and it would give you the sustain in the jungle that you needed. But going for it after Linken's, and then into your Yasha, and then into Manta style, it's definitely a more physical right-click based Morphling that they're looking for. And it'll give you some, maybe some more presence in the late game, but it definitely loses a lot of actual potential in the mid game to get these kills.
Morphling copying the Anti-Mage. It's a good obs and sentry ward on the hillside. So if Mongolz do want to sit in that nice little jump spot, that's going to get smacked down by Tinker Rockets.
'Tis mine.
Who has completed up his Aghanim Scepter now. At the same time as I say that, the Kunkka picks up a gem, so that kind of ward positioning won't happen again.
Dire's bottom tower is under
BKB
attack.
on the OD. I was just wondering when they're going to get themselves like a pipe or something here for a Dire side, but they've got Mech Glimmer on Oracle. Kunkka has himself Windlace Arcane Boots, he's fine, but it's the Void Blink Dagger now that's up that's going to be the big one.
Yeah, that better positioning for the team fights. The ability to initiate from huge range as well. Tinker's going to TP up to the top lane. It's a smoke maneuver coming out from Zenith. Their smoke's going to last long enough. They should get away from this Dire Observer Ward in time. Yeah, they will. They're away from the ward, and they're going to find Oracle. False Promise is a potential here. No.
Silenced and stunned.
Meanwhile, on bottom lane, however, Anti-Mage finds the Tinker, and so does OD. And that is one very dead Tinker. He'll die from the imprisonment pop.
That's a trade you'll take any day of the week.
Faceless Void, really good position here. Blink is up.
Can they?
Dire's structure
He blinks, he chronos, he catches the Morphling, as well as the Silencer. There is still Global Silence, but in comes the Torrent, as well as the ship will fly over the top from stuns. It keeps the Morphling out of the fight, the epicenter. Minimal damage being done. He's trying to X and pull him a little bit further back, away from the Kunkka. And Kunkka, no, he can't survive long enough.
The
bottom lane, yep, that is where the Anti-Mage is pushing in.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Trading a Kunkka for almost a tier 3 is huge. The tier 2 is going to die regardless up on top lane. It's fine.
And you still killed the Tinker.
And you killed the Tinker, yeah. Like, you traded Tinker for Oracle, you traded a Kunkka and a bit of a tier 2 for basically a full tier 3. And there's the BKB on AMs. You know, we were talking at the end of the draft where Mongols don't have any, like, natural heroes that want to buy BKB, but they're going to have to this game. The OD and the AM both have theirs now. We'll probably look for the Faceless Void to move himself into like a Manta style or something, just to get himself away from Global Silence. That's one thing that we haven't seen too much of. We saw a couple of Global Silences come out very early on. One to secure a team fight, another to secure the Faceless Void kill. They've been used aggressively, which I love, because I hate teams that pick Silencer and get into this rut of always using Global Silence once they've already been initiated on and using it defensively or always playing into the hands of their opponents. But I feel that it still has been underutilized. They haven't really harnessed the full power of this Global Silence. They could have done a lot more with it. And we might see it now, actually. Where they're pressuring and definitely forcing something to happen.
That's why I feel like it's the apprehensive nature. You just don't know if you want to use something with such a long cooldown.
Yeah.
So you play things very cautiously. But while you do that, the Anti-Mage will continue to jump around the map, continue to farm up. Now Global Silence doesn't even affect the Anti-Mage. He's got both Manta and BKB. This is that scenario I was talking about with the AM, where he doesn't care what the Silence now offers. He can always break free of the Silence. Unless he really screws up.
Or the Tinker, or the Sand King, or the Earth Spirit, all these spam abilities coming out from Zenith.
It's the BKB Dreams. Retribution, plus the AM. Both with BKBs. If a Scythe of Vice ever gets completed on this OD, it's not just the Hex, it's the increase to his intelligence that just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And this will burn through everybody on Zenith. As they wait for the next Roshan. Just over a minute before he's up. Oh, Tinker, you actually completed that TP? That is some confidence. He does not want to march because he'll give away his position.
With no vision there, with no idea how many heroes are there, just seeing like one hero come around the corner and going, oh god, why have I completed this TP?
Are they're trying to kill the replica silencer.
They've got it.
They also got the Dominator creep.
What does Morphling have now? Lincoln's Manta 4k gold. What are you buying from Secret?
He needs the E-Blade.
He's going Butterfly.
Wait, what, really?
Yeah. Like, once he's gone Helm Manta, he's never going to go back into E-Blade.
Okay.
He's always, like, this build, you kind of go all the way into right-click damage.
It does kind of screw Retribution up a little bit, because he can't go with his armor item next, like something like a Shiva's.
Yeah.
He'll actually have to build an MKB. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get it. But then you've also... if Anti-Mage saw this a little bit earlier, he may not have just done what he did. He may have just brought the Monkey King bar out straight as opposed to getting the Bastion now.
Yeah, possibly.
Because he still wants to complete the... it's still good against the Tinker and everybody else, obviously. Abyssal is great.
No, I don't think he's too worried about, Talisman of Evasion. They've got so much attack speed between them, I don't think they're too...
Here they come. Global Silence is up. Smoke maneuver in. Anti-Mage as well as the OD. They're the ones trying to bring down Roshan. They're being pretty quick about it too. And now, well, wait for the silence. What have we got? As, well, BKBs are up. Retribution tries to fight. Undersense, he got torrented up. So did Fame. They didn't get their combo out in the Chronosphere. It actually caught Retribution in the middle of it, but the ship will arrive. And you'll say goodbye to the silence of the Earth Spirit still out. The laser will connect with the BKBs and the ulti from Retribution. He just drops the hammer down. Everyone's trying to blink away. They understand that Megaton can TP out on top of the hillside, but the damage is done. 3 heroes lost from Zenith, no one from Mongolz down, and they'll claim Roshan too.
That poor old Morphling. And this is the thing, like, even with the Talisman of Evasion, even with that mischance, they're still just hammering him down. Absolutely demolishing him with the amount of mana drain they've got from the OD, and DPS from the Anti-Mage as well. Like, mana burn from the AM, we didn't really talk about that too much, but we hopped on a bit about the OD, but even with the AM spamming out onto you is huge, and that's a full Scythe of Vice completed for the Outworld Devourer.
I'm so waiting for Tinker to do one of these aggressive moves and just get randomly hit by a torrent. I can't confuse using it for vision to see wards at the moment.
That's the thing, like, what has Tinker done this game? He has farmed.
Well, originally, like, in the start of the fights before, he kept them low. Like, the rocket spam was very problematic for them, but that was because there was no good initiation. Like, the Chronosphere in the last fight, it may not have been, again, the most amazing chrono you've ever seen. It again caught the OD in the edge of it.
It wasn't picturesque, but it got the job done.
Yeah, they removed the silencers. They removed the silencer, they removed the Earth Spirit effect. You take out both of these guys, and the rest of Mongols can move fairly freely.
It was more farm tractor than Ferrari.
Oh, they're jumping. They're trying to X-mark and be aggressive with the AM. I think Retribution got that memo. Like, he's got Nagus the Immortal and he's looking for kills. You'll find the Tinker in the tree lines.
Where are you
They know
rolling?
he's there. Imprisonment, something. The Mana Void, they bring down the Tinker. Instant buyback. The BKB also triggered very early from the OD. The creep wave is still not there, so they cannot attack the ranks. They're trying to force fights. Retribution just wants it. The Fortune's End was actually really nice, catching out 3 heroes quickly. Global Silence being triggered. Masquerade saved, gets the Chronosphere off. He's not close enough to get those heals from the Oracle, especially when the Oracle goes down. Retribution also very low. The attacks, he imprisons. That'll save his life until the epicenter. Oh, where's not before he comes back out of it. So with the Hex and the Control, they bring down Fame, and they're looking for more. Retribution finally down. Going down to the laser, the Tinker Rockets spamming out, doing chip damage after chip damage. And Mongolz will finally retreat. They're taking fights without a creep wave.
And they were so close to killing the Morphling as well, you know? They burnt all of his mana, but they just needed someone to pop his Lincoln so the AM could finish him off. But unfortunately, Undersense Morphling gets himself away, and there we go. They're looking for the pipe now, and this is something that we definitely needed to see from them, was that full pipe to deal with not only the March of the Machines, but the Sanking Epicenter and that nasty Ebola from the Earth Spirit.
I didn't realize too that that wasn't even an Abyssal Blade hit. That was just a basher. But he triggered it at the same time as he would want an Abyssal Blade controller.
Yeah, pop it out. BKB nearly done for your Faceless Void also. He's had a slow game, his Masquerade. 0, 4, and 10. His Chronos have been a bit wonky, but things have gone okay.
Yeah, they
satisfactory game.
Mongolz still have the issue of like finishing high ground. Obviously, you didn't see an issue when they were standing their ground just before. Like that was kind of crazy.
But Aegis is gone now.
Yeah. Now they don't have that extra insurance. You do of course have a 3k life OD. Like he's got a lot to work with. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
And if he's able to get, I don't even know what he gets now. You're getting spammed down by laser and rockets. Monkey King Bar still seems the best. Like, you got laser and talisman.
I think he buys Moonshard.
So you still just play the RNGesus game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Moonshard's the play. And then you consume it and then consider what you need next. Whether you go for a monkey or... Ooh, they have no AC carrier. They could even go AC on the OD. Oh, Tinker, you are in so much trouble right now.
He's right in the middle of them. They're going to find it. He gets the time dilation off, but now in comes Fame, the Sand King trying to help out. The Chronosphere, Global Silence trying to hold him back. OD once again, he just seems to walk into the Chronospheres. Can he drop this hammer? Finally, he's stolen not that much intelligence at the moment. And Undersense trying to battle in the false promise, allow Retribution to continue to fight this one until eventually he'll pop, but Sanke, he'll do the job. The Morphling will drop. The Tinker is down. Ding dong, the OD is dead again.
No little red shoes dropping out though.
Under attack.
Anti-Mage was looking to continue the chase onto the supports in the back
Does
lines.
that Ob see Fame? No, he's really close to it though. But that Ob's on the hill.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, it's
If
very
Fame,
close. I think
Fame
I
just
see
ran
him
up.
now.
Yeah, they just saw him. They just saw him. He'll blink, but he's X-marked.
Guys, they got
Oh,
that
no, he
X-Mark
used-
on him? That was super close.
Timing wasn't right.
I can't believe they got the X-Mark on him. That was very, very tight window there for the Kunkka to actually get that skill onto the Sand King before he got himself out of the trees.
The blink, the Burrow, Kunkka getting caught by the extra kick, time dilation, keeping the Earth Spirit at bay. No magnetize, no roll, and now maybe even no silencer. Ghosted will protect him. The Abyssal Blade was used to trigger to start with, and well, Anti-Mage, he'll get the kill over on the silencer. They'll still finish what they started, and that's taking out the top racks.
The thing is, wait, did OD bought a Blink Dagger? Okay, that's what he went for. I was gonna say with the money he's got, he could even potentially respawn by Boots of Travel and get himself into this fight again. So they go for mid-tier 3 or even the bottom racks.
Maybe OD can do the counter to Faceless Void's Chronosphere. Chronosphere is coming. Blink out.
How many is that now? That's 4?
That's 4.
4, okay.
That's
the number I had in my head as well.
And that's 4 in a row. But I didn't think that time it was the Faceless Void's problem. Faceless Void threw it down, and OD walked into it.
Yeah.
Tinker's caught. He has to be aware there's a Tinker Ward there. Like, there's no other reason why Mongolz would initiate over on the SK. And that Tinker Ward can only really go up in that one location. They removed a lot of the other spots you could throw the Tinker Wards on that hillside. A long time ago.
And he is dead for a long time.
Yep, 47 seconds. OD's up. You do have Global Silence at least.
This could spell the end here for Zenith if... Well, as long as Mongols don't make any drastic mistakes, but with Blink BKB on their Void, they've got the perfect form of initiation here to jump in if they just get the vision.
There's a butterfly animation. They don't even have a chance to directly hit him. They have to use... like, they're the ones fighting the RNGs now.
Morphling has finally realized he was on full strength. Like he was walking into that fight with like 3.8k HP. No,
maybe he just wanted to do like the long duration stun, like the Morphling supports.
Yeah, maybe so.
Quick little curse, any mage. Oh, they're prepping the Epi, the Chronosphere. That's the Retribution. Why? Why? It didn't have to
5
be
in a row.
you.
5 in a row.
He blinked into the Chrono.
At this point, I think he's doing it on purpose, Toby.
I think so too. The OD ulti will crack, and I think Hustler. Well, he looks to go down in a moment. False promise, Retribution's got time to fight. He's lost a lot of life for this one. Masquerade's going to drop too. Retribution, even if he dies here, he's done so much damage, it makes it worth it. They're X-marking over on Undersense. There's no Lincolns to protect him. Dragged back, completely missing the timing with the Torrent. The buybacks, it's Retribution with the PTs. He's back to the fight, and he wants Megaton. He'll claim him. Fame, you can't run away. They got gems on, and this should really be the game. Mongols, they own Zenith's home right now.
For sure they do.
Good game, well played. GG. Mongols will be our second team to qualify for the LAN finals over in beautiful Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
East Asia. What was it? Three Korean teams, 1 Japanese team. The rest were
Mongolian.
And we get 2 Mongolian teams actually getting themselves through to the LAN finals.
Yeah, which is a bit of a surprise. We did think MVP would perform a lot better. The Hot 6 team would perform a lot better, and they hit a snag.
They did the classic MVP. They did the classic MVP of, you know, crush everyone until you get to the final hurdle and then you just face plant into the ground.
That's the classic MVP.
That's the classic MVP?
No, not the current MVP, to be confused with the classic MVP, to be confused with the classic MVP.
Okay.
Operation Mind.
Mind Buck, Toby?
I censored the last word.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Mind Buck doesn't work.
Okay. It's okay.
It was still a terrific performance, and big props to the Mongols. It's not just one Mongolian team, but 2 Mongolian teams will now be attending the LAN finals. So it's terrific times for them, and the land of opportunity, as we said before. It is the ROG Masters. If you have not signed up for it, you really should. You really, really should. Go to the website that's down there. Sign yourself up. The Southeast Asian tournament, I believe, begins tomorrow. So you have to sign up now if you want to play for the Southeast Asia. Now. We've still got 2 more regions, though. We've got China.
3,
yes. Southeast Asia, as well as 2 more.
Southeast Asia, China, and rest of Asia.
Yes,
so the rest of Asia is like, you know, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, the Maldives, and all of that.
Yeah, so just sign up anyway. Just come on play.
Sign up to all 3.
Yeah,
and just roll with it. You know, buy some fake ID and fake, but no,
just register.
Just register for whatever you can.
You'll be okay. I doubt we're gonna debate you. Actually, the admins might, but that's not the point. Yeah, just go and do that. So it's been a terrific day. We should bring up our, I don't know if we have it ready, our final bracket. Oh, of course it's ready. And that is the end of the day. So Mol, we saw them tagged up as TT. They defeated MVP in our first final, and the Mongols defeat Zenith in the second final. Both of these teams will be traveling all the way to beautiful Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for the LAN finals on November 10th to 13th. If you are going to be in Malaysia, go head down there. I believe I am attending. Woohoo! I like Malaysia. It's really good fun. I haven't been. I did a event there
several years ago.
3 years ago. 3 years ago, I did. That was my last event I did in Kuala Lumpur.
Oh,
3 years ago.
Quite
it was. It was a smaller thing, and I remember that because I think that was like the last. Oh no! That's when I left, and I had to fly out on New Year's Eve. I spent New Year's Eve that night. Because everyone was getting ready to party in KL. So the LAN event happened between Christmas and New Year's. Mm-hmm. And on the New Year's Eve was the day I had to fly out. And I got taken out of my hotel room, couldn't have a late checkout because someone else wanted to move in. And I got on a plane on New Year's Eve, and I slept my New Year's Eve in the Abu Dhabi International Airport. At 8 a.m. in Abu Dhabi, I got on a plane and came back to Berlin. I had a 10-hour layover on New Year's Eve.
I cry every time.
That was my last event. That was my last event in
such a sad story, Toby.
in Malaysia. Yeah, shed a tear, boys. It was a sad time. Forever alone. I watched like 8 episodes of Bleach until my battery ran out of my laptop, and then I fell asleep.
He was never the same again.
Yeah. All right, let's end today. That's been a terrific time. Remember, you can tune in for more Asus ROG Masters every Sunday. We have Dota. I believe we have a special guest. Won't reveal who. Coming in next week. I'm being replaced because I'll be over in London, having a good time. And on Saturday, we do actually have the CS boys coming back. So follow up this channel. I know we had a lot more people on this channel today than we have before, so it's great to see it getting a little bit of momentum. So follow up your Twitch channel, both the ESL one as well as the ROG channel itself. You can follow both and watch them in both locations. So thanks for watching all that kind of stuff. Make sure you also get into the giveaway, which is available right there. You've got monitors, mice, and headsets, I think is for just this week. Then we have like new stuff every single week, so
yeah, there have been graphics cards and motherboards and headsets and monitors and
free stuff.
Free stuff.
Get it from Republic of Gamers.
Toby's virginity.
That is not available anymore. Out of stock.
That's what he says.
Goodbye, guys. I'm really glad I'm not back here next week. Now,
he's had enough of me.
You can enjoy this prick. We'll be fine, and we'll see you all next week for more Dota 2 ROG Masters.